Hi, Mummy of 4 here, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is top tips for whether your child is starting school for the first time or heading back to school. Tip number 1, name stickers on everything. Your child will lose their school uniform. They will lose their jumper, possibly every day. They will possibly go in with a jumper every day and come home without a jumper every single day. If you ever want a chance of having these back, you need to put name stickers in them. I would recommend these guys. They're called My Name Tags. They are literally little stickers like that. They can be used to label equipment, so lunch boxes, pens, pencil. Pop the label on a clean, dry surface, and within 24 hours it's dishwasher safe. They're absolutely great for sticking on things like drinks bottles, and they can also be used to label clothing. So you put them in the care label of the clothing. As long as you don't wash the item for 24 hours, the stickers are then machine washable. Top tip number 2. I would suggest getting 5 days worth of school uniform. It means you can get it all ready on a Sunday, you can be super organised, you don't have to stress through the week. And when your child inevitably loses half of their uniform in the first week, you've still got some more left. Generally you can purchase school uniform that's a really good quality for not much money at all in supermarkets. I have actually got a supermarket school uniform clothing haul, I'll link it down below. Top tip number 3, try on all your child's school uniform before the first day to make sure it fits properly, and more than anything to make sure they're comfortable with it, to make sure there's no scratchy labels or anything that's going to upset them throughout the day. Pre-wash your school jumpers, because the lining of almost all school jumpers are really fluffy, and it will be really warm on the first day and they will take off their jumper and their t-shirt will be absolutely covered in fluff. Top tip number 4, difficult as this one may be, unless your child's teacher specifically asks you to stay, even if your child is upset, try and leave as quickly as possible. Remember that these teachers have years of dealing with separation anxiety, and you're staying in the classroom, unfortunately, will only make things worse. This is the most difficult one, and something that I know I struggle with. When I've dropped both of the boys off for school on their first days, I have felt positively sick all day. They've come out and they've been fine. Often, separation anxiety is just your child reading your emotion. Top tip number 5, help your child know what to expect. You can have a look on the school's website and show that where there'll be lots of photographs of the school and what it's like, and you can really start getting excited with them. Find out which reading scheme and phonics scheme that your child's school uses. It might be Jolly Phonic, it might be Letterland. There's different ways of learning the sounds, the different songs and things that go with each scheme. If you know which ones they are, you can look them up, you can learn them with them and sing them with them in the car and things. It really helps them support their learning if you know what they're up to in school. Tip 6, make sure you find out the class timetable for activities that need additional equipment. So this might be forest school or PE, they might need to take the wellies or their shorts or trainers or whatever it might be. Find that out, pop it in your phone reminders, your phone calendar, and get it to pop up the night before, reminding you to put those things by the front door. Make sure you have put the school phone number and email address into your phone contact details. If you're running late or your child is ill, you're going to need to phone the school as early as possible in the day to let them know. Also, the email address is really handy, so you can contact the school office with any questions and queries you might have. Tip 7, creep their bedtime back to where you want it to be for a school night. Make sure you do this a week or so before school starts. Then adjust the time they get up every morning so it's closer and closer to when you want them to get up for school, to leave plenty of time to get dressed, have breakfast and things. It might be a real shock to them to have to get into this routine, so practicing through the summer holidays is a real must. The other thing to bear in mind is making sure you leave plenty of time to get there. School run traffic is absolutely crazy. Parking outside most schools is an absolute nightmare, so make sure you leave absolutely ample time so you're not flustered and your child's not flustered. Tip number 8, make sure you send in spare clothing for your child. They may have been potty trained for absolutely ages and ages and ages, but it's really common for them to have accidents in the first week or so of school. But a bit of regression is totally normal. Tip number 9, avoid holidaying from the first few weeks of term. This is an essential time for your child to settle into the classroom and all the routines, and taking them out at this time can be really disruptive. Tip number 10, get to know the other parents as soon as possible. It will make your life so much easier. It's not just your child starting school, you'll be the new girl or boy in the yard too. Some of the parents will know each other from having older siblings or from playgroups or whatever, so getting to know people will make pickups and drop-offs much more comfortable. It'll make all those parties you've got to go to so much more bearable when you actually know people, and it'll give you a chance to arrange play dates and things to help your child socialise with the other children. All this is made so much easier when you know the parents. My suggestion would be to set up a group chat, like a WhatsApp group or something. And I know I've got a group like that for my son's class, and it's so helpful when it comes to birthday parties or asking questions about, is it non-uniform, or how much is fruit money, or whatever it might be. So I can't recommend that enough. If you've got any other top tips for children starting school for the very first time, please comment below. I'd love to hear them.
Can we do it too?
Oh, you want to be in the video as well, do you?
Yeah.
Come on then.